Imagine this, a shimmering, silver river flowing beneath the waves, a billion strong, a living, breathing tapestry of life. That, my friends, is a school of herring, unassuming, almost invisible individually, yet collectively, these small fish have shaped the course of European history in ways you might never have imagined. From fueling Viking conquests to gracing the tables of kings and commoners alike, the herring's story is one of remarkable resilience and undeniable influence. We're diving deep into the surprisingly epic tale of this humble hero of the sea. Before we embark on this historical culinary journey, let's get to know our protagonist. The herring, Clupea herringus, isn't just any fish. It's a marvel of nature, a migratory powerhouse. These fish undertake incredible journeys, traveling vast distances across the ocean, their movements dictated by subtle shifts in temperature and currents. Their abundance was, and still is, remarkable, providing a readily available and highly nutritious food source for generations. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids and protein, the herring sustained populations throughout the ages, acting as a cornerstone of sustainable food systems long before the concept even existed. It's a testament to nature's incredible bounty and the ingenuity of humans who harnessed that bounty for their own prosperity. Think of it, a tiny fish, yet its impact resonates across centuries.
It's truly fascinating how such a seemingly ordinary creature could have such a profound impact.
Precisely, and that's what makes this story so captivating. Its impact wasn't just nutritional, it was economic, political, and even social. We'll explore how this tiny fish fueled empires, shaped trade routes, and even influenced artistic movements. We are just scratching the surface. To truly understand its lasting legacy, we must sail back to the era where the herring and the Vikings first forged a remarkable partnership, a story I know you'll find absolutely enthralling. Picture this, longboats slicing through the icy North Sea, their crews hardened by wind and wave, their holds brimming not just with plundered treasures, but with something far more crucial to their survival, barrels upon barrels of herring. We're entering the age of the Vikings, a period where this seemingly humble fish became a cornerstone of their power and expansion. Their success wasn't solely built on raiding and conquest. It was profoundly shaped by their ability to harness the abundance of the herring shoals. The Vikings were masterful sailors, and their knowledge of the sea extended to understanding the migratory patterns of herring. These massive schools provided a crucial source of protein, far more reliable than hunting or relying solely on agriculture. Imagine the sheer scale of it, a seemingly endless supply of food, easily caught and, crucially, easily preserved. They weren't simply eating herring fresh. They developed ingenious methods of preservation, primarily salting and drying, allowing them to stockpile this vital resource for long voyages and harsh winters. These techniques were crucial, transforming a perishable food into a staple that could sustain them across months of travel and warfare. We can almost smell the salt air and see the glistening scales as they haul in their nets, a scene repeated countless times along the vast Viking trade routes. These routes weren't just for raiding, they were vital arteries of commerce, carrying herring not just for their own consumption, but to trade for other essential goods throughout Europe and beyond.
So the herring wasn't just food, it was currency almost.
Exactly. Think of the intricate networks they established, stretching from the icy fjords of Scandinavia to the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean. Herring fueled this expansion, lubricating the wheels of trade and diplomacy. It greased the palms of kings and chieftains, ensuring alliances and facilitating exchanges. Visualize, if you will, the bustling marketplaces, overflowing with salted herring, attracting merchants and traders from far-flung corners of the known world. It's a powerful image, this humble fish acting as a linchpin in a complex network spanning vast distances. The control over these crucial fishing grounds, the access to this valuable resource, directly impacted Viking power dynamics. Control meant prosperity, influence, and ultimately dominance. And this control wasn't without conflict. Competition for prime fishing grounds undoubtedly led to clashes between Viking factions, disputes over fishing rights, and even all-out wars. Imagine the strategic importance of these herring-rich waters, the power they yielded, the wealth they generated, the very survival they ensured. The story of the Vikings is inextricably linked to the herring. It's a story of resourcefulness, adaptation, and the often overlooked role of food in shaping history's grand narrative. The rise and fall of Viking power, in many ways, mirrored the abundance and scarcity of their favorite seafood. But the story doesn't end with the Vikings. The legacy of herring continues, evolving alongside the societies it has sustained for centuries. The next chapter, if you will, explores how one particular organization leveraged the power of the herring to build an empire of its own. A tale of the Hanseatic League. From the icy grip of the Viking Age, we now sail into the bustling heart of the medieval world, to a time when a different kind of empire rose, fueled not by swords and shields, but by barrels and barrels of herring. We are talking about the Hanseatic League, a powerful commercial and political alliance that dominated trade across northern Europe for centuries. And at the very core of its formidable power lay our unassuming hero, the herring. The Hanseatic League, a confederation of merchant guilds and city-states, was a truly remarkable phenomenon. Imagine a vast network spanning from the Baltic to the North Sea, connecting cities like Lübeck, Hamburg, Bremen, and Bruges, each a vital node in a complex web of trade and commerce. These weren't just isolated trading posts, they were thriving metropolises, bustling with activity, driven by the seemingly endless supply of herring that flowed through their harbors. Think of the scale of it. Hundreds of ships, laden with salted herring, crisscrossing the seas, transporting this valuable commodity to markets across Europe. The wealth generated by this herring trade was staggering, enriching cities, empowering merchants, and shaping the political landscape of Northern Europe for centuries. It's a testament to the remarkable economic power that could be derived from a single, seemingly humble resource.
It's amazing to think of the organization and infrastructure required to manage such a vast enterprise.
Absolutely, and that's where the ingenuity of the Hanseatic League truly shines. They weren't just catching and selling herring, they were masters of logistics, developing sophisticated techniques for preserving and transporting their precious cargo. Picture this, vast fishing fleets, utilizing advanced fishing gear for the time, hauling in incredible catches. We're talking about specialized nets, efficient salting processes, and the development of sophisticated barrel-making techniques to ensure the herring remain preserved throughout long voyages. Entire towns dedicated themselves to herring processing, becoming centers of expertise in salting, curing, and barrel-making. The sheer scale of this operation is breathtaking. Imagine the coordinated effort, the specialized skills, the intricate trade networks required to make it all work. It was a finely tuned machine, driven by the economic engine of the herring. This wasn't just about feeding people, it was about wealth creation on a scale previously unseen. The Hanseatic League's success wasn't just about the quantity of herring they handled, it was also about their control over the entire process, from the fishing grounds to the final markets. They exerted influence at every stage, ensuring their dominance in the herring trade. Their success wasn't just about economic power, it was about political clout. They established trade monopolies, negotiated favorable treaties, and even maintained their own fleets to protect their interests. They had created a herring-fueled empire. But even this mighty organization eventually met its decline. The rise of national states, changing trade routes, and ultimately, shifts in consumer preference, all contributed to its eventual fall. Yet the legacy of the Hanseatic League, a testament to the power of organized trade and the surprisingly influential role of the humble herring, continues to resonate through the halls of history, and the story of the herring, as we shall see, continues to unfold. Next, we explore the fascinating relationship between herring and the Dutch Golden Age, a nation's wealth literally built on a silver fish. And so, we arrive at the Dutch Golden Age, a period of unparalleled prosperity and artistic brilliance in the 17th century, a time of innovation, exploration, and breathtaking wealth. And at the heart of this remarkable era lies the herring. Yes, that humble, silver fish we've been following throughout our journey played a pivotal, even defining role in the rise of the Dutch Republic. It wasn't just a source of food. It was the very foundation upon which this golden age was built. The Dutch weren't just fishing for herring, they were mastering it. They developed innovative fishing techniques, far surpassing those of their predecessors. Imagine colossal buizen, massive boats specifically designed for herring fishing, capable of hauling in unbelievable catches. These weren't just improvements, they were revolutionary advancements in maritime technology. Larger ships meant more fish, more efficient fishing operations, and extended voyages. Couple that with advanced nets, refined salting techniques, and a mastery of barrel making, the Dutch created a highly efficient system, turning the humble herring into a source of immense wealth. Think of the bustling harbors, overflowing with barrels of herring, ready to be shipped to markets across Europe and beyond. This wasn't just fishing. This was industrial-scale seafood production, a true marvel of its time. The sheer volume of herring they processed and traded is simply astonishing. This unprecedented level of herring production had a dramatic impact on the Dutch economy. Entire towns and cities flourished, built on the back of this lucrative trade. Think of Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and countless other ports, transforming from simple fishing villages into vibrant economic hubs, attracting merchants, entrepreneurs, and skilled laborers from all corners of Europe. This herring-fueled prosperity wasn't limited to coastal communities. It permeated the entire nation, supporting vast networks of shipbuilding, trade, and finance. This wasn't just an economic boom, it was a societal transformation, fueled entirely by the silvery scales of the herring. The Dutch Republic's rise to global prominence, their wealth, their power, a significant portion of it can be directly attributed to the mastery of this seemingly humble fish.
It sounds almost unbelievable, the extent of their success.
It is quite remarkable, isn't it? And the story doesn't end with economics. The herring became intrinsically woven into the fabric of Dutch culture, a symbol of national pride and prosperity. It's not just about the economic impact. It's about the cultural impact as well. Think of the countless paintings from the Golden Age depicting scenes of herring fishing, markets overflowing with glistening fish, and the everyday life revolving around this essential resource. Herring appears in countless artworks, not simply as a subject, but as a representation of Dutch wealth, skill, and ingenuity. It became a symbol of their national identity, a powerful image that transcended the purely economic. From grand, dramatic canvases showcasing the might of the Dutch fishing fleets to smaller, intimate works depicting the bustling herring markets, the fish is ever present. You'll find herring in countless still lifes, in genre paintings depicting everyday life, even in portraits subtly suggesting the prosperity it brought. Its presence isn't merely decorative. It speaks volumes about the culture, the values, and the economic reality of the Dutch Golden Age. It was a visual reminder of the nation's wealth and prowess, a powerful symbol embedded in their artistic expressions. You can almost taste the salty tang of the sea, the rich flavor of the herring, simply by studying the art of the period. It's an incredibly rich testament to a nation's close relationship with this singular resource. Beyond the visual arts, herring permeated Dutch literature, folklore, and everyday life. It was not simply a staple food, it was a cultural icon. Imagine the social gatherings, the feasts, the traditions built around herring consumption. Think of the proverbs and sayings that arose, reflecting the importance of this fish in their society. From the humblest of homes to the grandest of tables, herring was present, unifying the nation in a shared culinary and cultural experience. It played a crucial role in their identity, becoming a symbol they could all relate to, a symbol of their shared heritage and collective success. The Dutch Golden Age, in many ways, was a golden age of herring, an era inextricably linked to this humble fish and its remarkable impact on a nation's rise to global power. But the herring story, as ever, continues to unfold beyond even this period of remarkable prosperity, and that's what we'll be exploring next. Now, let's examine how the herring adapted and transformed beyond its golden age of Dutch dominance, a journey through changes in fishing techniques, processing, and consumption that reveals further chapters of this remarkable fish's story. From the dazzling heights of the Dutch Golden Age, the herring's journey continues, a testament to its adaptability and resilience. The story shifts, however, as new technologies and challenges emerge, reshaping the industry in profound ways. We're leaving the age of sail and entering the era of steam, a time of industrial revolution and its profound impact on the humble herring. The 19th century witnessed a dramatic transformation in herring fishing, a revolution driven by industrialization. Imagine the transition from small, nimble sailing vessels to massive steam-powered trawlers. These behemoths of the sea, powered by steam engines, possessed a vastly increased range and fishing capacity. They could travel further, stay at sea longer, and haul in far larger catches than ever before. This wasn't just an incremental improvement, it was a fundamental shift in the scale and efficiency of herring fishing. Suddenly, previously inaccessible shoals were within reach, leading to a dramatic increase in the overall catch. But the Industrial Revolution's impact extended far beyond the fishing boats themselves. The development of canning technology was a game-changer. Prior to canning, preserving herring relied primarily on salting and drying. Canning, however, allowed for preservation without the strong, salty taste, opening up new markets and possibilities. Suddenly, herring could be transported vast distances and remain fresh for extended periods, leading to a global expansion of the herring trade. Factory processing became common, creating specialized plants that could handle colossal volumes of herring, cleaning, processing, and canning it with unprecedented efficiency. This created mass production on an entirely new scale. This industrial-scale fishing and processing had significant consequences. The abundance of herring, once seemingly inexhaustible, began to show signs of strain. Overfishing, coupled with the increased efficiency of industrial practices, led to a decline in herring populations in many areas. For the first time, the sustainability of the herring industry became a serious concern.
So, the very technologies that expanded the industry also threatened its future.
Precisely. The boom had a dark side. The relentless pursuit of profit, often overlooking the long-term health of the ecosystem, led to overexploitation. Pollution from industrial waste and other sources further contributed to the decline of herring stocks in some regions. By the mid-20th century, the herring industry faced a serious crisis. The once seemingly limitless supply of this vital resource was dwindling, threatening livelihoods and economies that had been dependent on it for centuries. But the story doesn't end with decline. Facing this challenge, the herring industry underwent a significant shift, moving towards more sustainable practices. The focus shifted from unrestrained exploitation to careful management and conservation. International agreements were developed to regulate fishing practices, setting quotas and establishing protected areas to allow herring populations to recover. Improved fishing technologies, more selective nets that minimize bycatch, and advanced stock assessment techniques were introduced. Sustainable aquaculture practices also emerged as a supplementary measure to reduce pressure on wild stocks. These efforts, while not without their challenges, have shown signs of success. In many areas, herring populations have rebounded, showcasing the resilience of this incredible fish and the effectiveness of concerted conservation efforts. The herring industry has learned a valuable lesson, that short-term gains should not come at the cost of long-term sustainability. The continued survival of the herring, and the livelihoods that depend on it, hinges on a careful balance between economic activity and ecological responsibility. It's a dynamic story that highlights the crucial interplay between human activity and the natural world, a story far from over. This brings us to the present day and a look at the surprisingly varied and innovative ways herring is enjoyed. Let's delve into the modern culinary world of herring, from its traditional preparations to its exciting contemporary interpretations. From the bustling herring markets of the Dutch Golden Age to the modern supermarket aisle, the journey of the herring continues. Today, this humble fish remains a culinary staple across the globe, a testament to its enduring appeal and versatility. Let's explore the fascinating world of modern herring consumption, a testament to both tradition and innovation. Pickled herring, a timeless classic, remains incredibly popular. Imagine the tangy, slightly sour taste, the firm texture, the satisfying crunch, a culinary experience as diverse as the regions that prepare it. In Scandinavia, for instance, you might find herring marinated in dill, mustard, or onion, its subtle flavor enhanced by aromatic herbs. The Dutch, masters of herring preparation, offer a vast array of pickled varieties, each with its unique blend of spices and seasonings. Consider the Hollands Nieuw, the iconic new season herring, enjoyed traditionally with onions and a roll, a culinary experience that encapsulates the essence of Dutch heritage. Moving eastward, we encounter different tastes. In the Baltic region, you might find herring pickled in a sweeter, more subtly spiced brine, a testament to regional preferences and culinary traditions. Each region, each culture has its own take on pickled herring, a reflection of local tastes and traditions, making it a truly global delicacy. Beyond pickling, herring is celebrated in countless other ways. Smoked herring, with its rich, smoky flavor, is a popular choice in many parts of Europe. Imagine the glistening, dark brown fillets, their texture firm yet delicate, the smoky aroma tantalizing your senses. Smoked herring can be enjoyed on its own, as part of a platter of appetizers, or incorporated into various dishes, its smoky flavor enhancing salads, sandwiches, or even pasta. Similarly, marinated herring, often found in Mediterranean cuisine, offers a completely different taste profile. Marinated in olive oil, herbs, and lemon, it takes on a lighter, fresher flavor, complementing the sunny climes where it's most commonly enjoyed. The versatility of herring is truly remarkable, its adaptability showcasing its enduring culinary relevance. The possibilities seem endless, each preparation a reflection of regional tastes and cultural identities.
It's truly impressive how a single fish can be adapted to so many different palates and cuisines.
Indeed, and the story of herring isn't just about taste. It's about sustainability. The challenges of overfishing, once a serious threat, have led to a significant shift in how we approach the herring industry. Modern herring fishing emphasizes sustainable practices, employing strict quotas, employing selective gear to minimize bycatch, and protecting critical spawning grounds. Advancements in stock assessment techniques help us monitor herring populations with greater accuracy, allowing for adaptive management strategies to ensure the continued health of these valuable resources. Research institutions are actively involved in studying herring migration patterns, population dynamics, and the impact of climate change, contributing to the development of effective conservation plans. This shift towards sustainability isn't merely an environmental concern, it's also crucial for the economic viability of the industry itself. Sustainable herring fishing ensures the long-term health of the resource, guaranteeing the livelihoods of those who depend on it, from fishermen and processors to distributors and retailers. Sustainable practices are no longer a niche pursuit but are integral to the future of herring fishing, reflecting a growing awareness of the importance of balancing economic activity with ecological preservation. The story of herring is not only a culinary narrative, it's also a compelling case study in responsible resource management, highlighting the crucial interplay between human activity and environmental sustainability. The future of herring, and countless other species, depends on our collective commitment to conservation and sustainable practices, and this commitment, this dedication to maintaining the balance of our oceans and preserving this vital resource, will shape the next chapter of our story. This leads us to the lasting legacy of the herring, its enduring impact on not only our culinary landscape but also on our understanding of resource management and ecological stewardship. So, we've journeyed through time, from the icy grip of the Viking Age to the bustling markets of the Dutch Golden Age, and into the modern era of sustainable fishing practices. We've seen how a seemingly insignificant fish, the herring, has profoundly shaped the course of European history, influencing economics, politics, culture, and even art. It's a tale of surprising power, a testament to the unexpected influence of a single species. Let's recap this remarkable journey. We saw how herring fueled the Viking expansion, acting not merely as sustenance but as a crucial form of currency, enabling trade and conquest across vast distances. The Hanseatic League, that powerful medieval alliance, built its economic dominance on the back of the herring trade, creating a sophisticated network of commerce that spanned northern Europe. The Dutch Golden Age, a period of unparalleled prosperity and artistic brilliance, saw herring not only enriching the nation but also becoming a powerful cultural symbol, depicted on countless canvases and woven into the very fabric of Dutch identity. And finally, we witnessed the challenges of industrial-scale fishing, the subsequent decline of herring populations, and the crucial shift towards more sustainable practices, demonstrating how human activity and environmental stewardship are intrinsically linked. The herring's influence wasn't limited to any single era or region. It was a consistent force, adapting to changes in technology, trade, and cultural preferences. It fueled empires, enriched nations, and inspired artistic movements. Its story is a microcosm of human history itself, revealing the intricate relationship between human civilization and the natural world. We've seen how reliance on a single resource can lead to both remarkable prosperity and devastating consequences, emphasizing the importance of responsible resource management. The tale of the herring reminds us that even seemingly insignificant creatures can hold immense power, shaping the course of civilizations and influencing the cultural tapestry of entire continents. It challenges us to look beyond surface appearances, to recognize the profound interconnectedness of all living things, and to appreciate the delicate balance that sustains our planet. It's a story of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of nature, a reminder that our history is inseparable from the natural world. It's a story that, hopefully, will inspire us to be more conscious stewards of our environment, to value our resources, and to ensure that the legacy of this humble fish, and countless others, continues to inspire and enrich for generations to come. The shimmering schools of herring, a living silver river beneath the waves, a humbling reminder of the vastness and complexity of the natural world and our place within it. Their story continues, their legacy endures. The story of the herring is not simply the tale of a fish, it's a reflection of ourselves, our history, our relationship with the world around us, and the profound responsibility we bear to ensure the sustainability of the oceans, and all the remarkable life within them. This tiny fish, the seemingly insignificant herring has, in its own way, taught us a great deal about ourselves.